elections of South Sudan and how digital is going to help people of South Sudan. This is what we are going to discuss. And today I have my brother Parino Garang. He is an engineer. As you know him, he has been here all the time. We have been discussing a lot of things together. And today we have him in this episode to discuss digitalizations in South Sudan and how South Sudan could move away from traditional digital, like the way they used to record the things. And it is really obvious because in South Sudan today, if you visit any office, you can find that people sometimes used to write on the notebook, and some of the people living they don't know what they are doing, and all this thing is because of lack of digital. That's why you see them always doing such a thing. And if it was not because of the digital, you might have seen them, they have excels. And because of that, we have been seeing a lot of problem happening. There is no proper records, and there's no database. So all these things, these are the results of lack of digitalizations. And I heard government of South Sudan is trying to move away from these traditional records. And first of all, we need to start with records, brother Parino Garang. Uh, Garang, what negative impact have you seen in the recording? Sometimes you visit the offices, you may find that people is still writing on the notebook. Okay, like even during the financial review, you might be seeing some of the people still writing on the papers and so forth. These things, do you see something bad on that, or is it really nice for them also to proceed?
Uh, to answer you, see, if we have to record thing on the paper, for example, let's assume that this interview itself, you record it on the paper. When you easily damage the paper, it's very hard for you to recover it. But when you digitalize it, you can somehow have a backup of it. And in case of anything, you can easily get to the backup of that service and you're gonna have it back. So this is one of the most important thing, and that's it. Actually, just tell everything about the digitalizations, because when you keep something on the paper, another negative impact of it is you need to search for it manually. Because if you just put it in the file and the file is in the office there, and you want to access this file over time, you need to go and search for it manually. But when you digitalize it, you can easily access it, especially if there's a filter like search engine without that system. You can just type the reference of the file and you can easily retrieve it from the system itself. So I don't think it's appropriate in this modern world right now to keep things in record. So there's a need for such information to be digitalized. So recording things on the paper definitely have a negative impact, and it just makes the work very hard to the person. But when you digitalize it, you can easily retrieve the information from there, and you can recover the information when you lose the paper. I mean, when you lose the digital data, because you can back it up somewhere.
Okay, but we have been seeing, brother Garang, like many institutions, they are now afraid of using digital records. You can see that I don't know. It was last year when the Minister of Finance has order for productions of ID cards, so that if there are people that need to be receiving money from the government, then they are going to issue a card, then the payment will be done on that. But now you can see that these things, it has really been subcharged. Now this thing is not there at all. Now people still receive the money. Just you go to the queue at the bank, and then you start receiving your money. And all these things, digital is really very nice. And I don't know why most of the institutions are afraid of it. This is the question that I want to ask. Why many institutions in South Sudan are afraid of digital licensing, all the records and so forth? Why? What is the problem exactly?
I don't know what is in their mind, why they don't want to put this information, like they don't want to digitalize it. They might have the reasons for that. But when you digitalize your process, it keep a lot of transparency, like it keep things very transparent. Let me say one way is, like, if you have an institution and you just pay your employee directly in their bank account with everything electronically processed, It just makes things transparent and you can see every payment how it is being processed. And I don't literally understand why they don't want to go for such an option. Maybe they might have a reasons, but I don't know so far. But I can just encourage like we move toward a digital processing of payment. There's no way you need to go to the bank. Like they can just credit to your bank account directly instead of giving you a card to go to the bank. Maybe people. One thing also I've just seen like it's very hard to find people having bank account in South Sudan. If you call 10 people right now, only just few of them having it, and this is a real problem because most of the payment I think it is done in form of pay sheet, or like they still have like a pay sheet there,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
you go and they give it to you cash from there. So when pay sheet is made, it's very hard to know if these people really exist or not. So when things are electronic process, like even sometimes the money just get created the account directly. You hardly get it cash or such a thing. And this is what people in other side of the world are really, really doing.
Okay, now, Engineer Garang, I don't know, uh, in digitalizations of all the thing that sometimes we use in South Sudan, you can see, you can compare South Sudan with other countries, and the reason you don't do that, sometimes it is something obvious, and it's something that we also see in our watch. Especially most of us who are staying here in Juba, we know the problem that we are facing in tech. For example, the streaming that I was talking to you last time, the speed of the internet. I've just seen last week, Zain mobile network has just released 4.7 generations. That is, yes, yeah, 4.75, and this is the speed that I'm going to see, and they really say that is going to be helpful to those who are streamers, some people like us, because we like streaming. Likewise to you, you also like streaming, but you are staying in a good environment. That is the best thing of it. Here in Juba, I don't know what is the problem with digital things. Sometime, even in the let's say, in the institutions that you go to, sometimes you might be finding that people are afraid of using digital things, because maybe they want to make corruptions. Maybe you want to record something that is not there. You want to record it, and you want to take some money, maybe. Yeah, yani, this one is not only in the governments, but it is also in the churches. It's also in the churches, and because these are organizations, it's also in communities wherever you go. Parino, you may find that people intend to ignore. They always ignore this. They always ignore going to digital and so forth. And I don't know. Is it because that they want to take something? Like if somebody is paying 300,000 SSP, then you may write whatever that you know, instead of using digital. Because I know one thing I know from digital is that digital is accurate and is also efficient. Whatever you record, it must reflect. And then without reflections, then it may not accept, because it's something that has been programmed. And something that you write traditionally, maybe you can write what is in your mind. And digital, it means anybody is having access, okay? Because anybody in the institution is having access to all this. Sometimes if you take something and you record something, then the physical cash cannot be there. Maybe you will be asked, like, where is this money? We have been saying this name being in the records, but we are not seeing the physical money. Where is the money? All these questions, I think that's the problem. Most of our accountants, and also those who used to record, that's why they don't want to go digitals and pay some of the money. This is what I've also observed. Let me come also, Brother Garang. Does it mean that why they don't want to go digital? Is it because of the high cost of the applications, or is it the high cost of any system that want to be developed? This thing I don't understand, and we need to iron out this so that we move to also to the other other discussions. So is it because that maybe if they try, then it will cost a lot of money, or is because if they try, it will prevent them from doing what they have been doing? Yeah, something that I don't understand.
But when we have to look at it, it involves so many sectors. For example, let me say like a proper financial structure itself, like how you're gonna process this digital payment. You need a very good uh let me just give you an example here, or an example by something in South Sudan. Let me say that if we resort to using a digital infrastructure, uh, like a certain amount of fine, like it can be fixed. Like let me just give traffic police for example. If you just like violate a certain law, how does this fine usually get paid? I don't know if the police officers on the road, they used to have those paper and you need to pay them. Sorry. So digitalizing such a thing, it may need a proper. I don't know. We have Momo there. I don't know if it is widely recognized, because the time when I was there, Momo was not that widely available. And there's a lot of complaint about Momo. So, and also there's a M Gruj. I don't know. It has completely disappeared. I don't even see its name nowadays on the internet. So we need to have such a proper payment system that is more reliable, that is very, very trusted. And also we need to educate our people on such a thing, because many people right now, they don't even trust bank account. So whenever we talk about like digitalization of South Sudan, we know we cannot do so many things at once. Like we need to start like step at a times. And this is what I talked about, because most of the things also, they need a domain-based knowledge. You need to understand also how it works. Like if it is something to do with the finance, you definitely need people who are expert in that field. Only then we can progress. Like from my own side now, which is my area of specialization, which is AI. I cannot just come directly and start trying to solve a financial problem. I also need to do research and understand it properly. But when we need to move toward a proper digitalization, like there was time I was noting it down, like having a simple website online. This is also a step. Like right now, it's better than 5 years ago. Right now, most of the ministries are trying to put more information online. And also you need to put like a digital form instead of us going manual to an institution. And one of them is, last time we talked about it until I saw Professor John Akage of the University of Juba. Imagine people used to go to university in person to pick the form and fill it from there, and you see how overcrowded the university used to be that time. So if you can make it to for people to apply online from anywhere in the world, let me say from here, if I want to go for masters at the University of Juba, I can apply even from here. If I get accepted, I just go there. I submit a document online. This is what we're talking about. Like it make the process very, very easy, and instead of us going in manual. Because I remember some time back, getting admission at the University of Juba, it's one of the most hardest thing compared to where the university stayed right now. Because when I was applying here, it's more easier compared to University of Juba, where you need to send somebody, if you're not in Juba, to pick for you the form, fill it for you. At some point, you need to come to Juba. If you look at all this process, it's just hectic. While we can solve it with a very small step, or we just digitalize this process. And I'm very happy that Professor Akage come with such a step. And it's always one of the person I'm seeing in South Sudan who is very innovative, while having and I believe you're gonna make all of this thing. And every day we speak on social media, and it's making a difference. So having an online website is one of the things that people have to go for it for sure. Like an official website, verified social media pages. Because right now, if your own media page is not verified, anybody can impersonate you. And it's becoming a problem. If you see most of these accounts, they're getting impersonations. And last time I saw even the minister himself of ICT, who was saying that somebody impersonated him, and NCA is working toward it, which is I fail to understand. How can NCA work to catch somebody behind an anonymous Facebook page? This is impossible. They definitely they're not gonna do it. The only way they have to contact Meta, and if the account does not violate Meta community standard, there's no way it's going to be removed. Definitely, people have to look for effective approaches and also have to accept the challenges that arise inside your field. So there are a lot of things we can do, and the only thing we need like if the minister himself, let me say, if the minister account is verified, it is not impossible to take that fake Facebook page down. It can literally be done. If the minister account is verified, and of course he has a big chance to verify his account because he's a minister. There might be a lot of information about him online. So if we go through the right step and the right way, definitely we can fix a lot of things. And that's the digitalization we need to talk about it. We need to use digital so much. Like last time we talked about content monetization. I don't know if I can dive into it right now, or I just give it a break. Maybe you can drive go to it later on in the future.
Yeah, Parino Garang, you have seen a lot of things happening. And let's go back to University of Juba. You have said something really very remarkable, and it is all over South Sudan. If you can see here in South Sudan, is really very bad indeed. Yeah, we have these educational institutions. For example, you go to University of Juba, Upper Nile University. You go to Starford. You go to Catholic. You go to the rest of the universities like Barikazals. You go to Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology. All these institutions, they are operating. All right, they are operating, and there is no inventions happen all this long. There is no inventions, and we have thousands of students, okay, being admitted yearly. Sometimes we also have thousands of students going out from the university, okay. These are human resource, and when we say human resource, you will not get somebody from nowhere, but you will get the resources from what you build. For example, if you build 50 students or you build thousands of students, it means you will get something from this student, but it doesn't mean that you have to look for somebody to come and do something for you. That thing, it doesn't work. And I have never seen that in University of Juba specifically. Let me say, we have College of Computer Science and Information Technology, okay, the University of Juba, but you have never seen that students who always is studying there, and those who are, let's say, alumni. It has thousands of alumni from College of Computer Science and IT. We have never seen people who come together, okay, to develop a system that the universities should use. Okay, there is nothing happen like that, and this thing is not is not something bad we should discuss, but it is really something right, and we have to talk about it. You know, students that are studying in University of Juba should be example of what people should see outside. Okay, building a system for the university is something that will make a sound, okay, to the rest of the world. That University of Juba students, they have built these systems, and they are now this system is now being applied in university. Then we should lead by example. And this is what I said, and this will bring me to the questions. I mean, to the one of the story that I read on social media, like there was a professor was boarding with his students. Okay, then this professor was boarding with his students, and and then the engines of the airplanes was turned on, and then the engine refused to turn on. So he asked, "What is happening, by the way?" Then people said the engine refused to turn on. Then he said, "Who built this? Okay, who made this plane?" Then he was answered and said, "These are students from University of Juba." Okay. Then he say, if they are a student of University of Juba who are now taking care of this plane, then this plane will not even take off. You see, he say this plane will not take off. These planes will not even start. You see, because there is no trust in him. Okay, if I bring you back to the questions, I mean to the point, he is not trusting his own students. Okay, the people that he taught, and imagine professor. So these examples, it can shows that College of Computer Science in University of Juba it is like skeletons, maybe, let me say. A skeleton that is only standing, but there is no functional thing happening. Because now we cannot just standing in a queue. Imagine the suns in Juba here is really better hot. In the daytime, it might go up to 40 degrees. Okay, these things also can make a lot of problem. Again, in University of Juba, if you go, you may find a lot of students just waiting for the line. They want to go inside and pay. Okay, during the examinations, you might be seeing that people is standing, just making the lines long queue. You may stay there even up to 2 since morning. Yani, all these things, Parino, these things, they need students to work for it. Students of computer science and IT, they have to look for this problem. I know if the university administration, let's say an institution is trying to build this system, it might take a lot of money from them. But he has to empower these students to build the system, because there are some students that are also capable to do that, but only that the university administration is not believing in them. This is the biggest problem. Okay, but if university administration is believing in such students, you might be seeing such a thing, and the systems always will prevail. I've been here in Juba for almost 8 years, brother Garang. I've never seen somebody developing a system, a functional system that is working. And I'm shift to your mind. And I don't know what is the problem. Maybe you might be having this issue. Maybe you might be having these observations. So what do you see that University of Juba and the rest of the universities should do in order to move away from this traditional recording and go to digital, so that the right thing based on the database and so. There was a website also I visit. I don't know, it was in August. So I visit that website. It is website of University of Juba. This website was built. It is 100% being built in WordPress. You see, and this is the biggest problems, because when building a website, depending on WordPress, because these are third-party applications that are used only to develop the systems, and they may also have a copyright. They may also have a controls on the system, because if you just go and take it, but the website was not built from scratch. Let me tell you, it was they have just got the theme from somewhere, and then they have imported those themes, and then they have just start editing the themes, and now the website is live. So I went there. Even they did not make editing under the footer. When you click on the link, you may find also the copyright link is there. When you click on it, it will take you also to the other website, okay, to the owner of the theme. And it is something really unprofessional. And when you see this, this is the country, and these are our universities. These are educational universities. They have to be empowered. All of them, not only University of Juba, but some of the institutions that are here, they have to move from traditional recording into digital recording. This is the better part. I want also to ask you, what are the things that we have seen if such institutions move away from traditional recording into digital recording? Do you see there are some of the factors that may hinder the development, or what do you see?
When we are to talk about like the University of Juba in general, the first thing I see like people give less attention to those doing computer science and engineering there. This is a well-known thing because like not that student not doing anything. They have one of the group that is from the Google Developing Cloud, and you can literally see there are students trying hard to do their level best. Like 2 days ago, I've seen somebody that have built a system or it just uses like an AI agent that is specialized in laws of South Sudan. But he made it in the way that you need to hire a consult, like it gives you 3 prompts for free, and to continue using it, you need to pay money. And of which we have issues in paying it because the most people need access to these laws. So this is one thing I've seen from this student. The biggest setback to them is the internet itself and electricity. They don't even have a proper computer because right now if you are into the field of computer science and deeply into programming on this thing, you don't need a normal computer anymore. You must have a strong GPU, and your computer have somehow to be very strong that can handle a lot of process at a time. because using a normal laptop without even a graphic card is a problem. They, like if you're loading a lot of issues, like the laptop will start to hang. Like it cannot just handle such a heavy work. So you must have a good graphic card, and most of the laptop in the market are available. But that's why last time I've spoken about the center, that if we build a center and we put a good computers there, those who are really interested will come up. So literally, there's nobody paying attention to this student and what they are doing. Like nobody's even encouraging them compared to where I am right now. If I build something, the university will 100% stand by my side. They even have a center for startup. If you have a startup, you go there and they will fund you. And there's nothing of such kind in Juba. But I believe for the coming of a kids, it will try to introduce a lot of things because I can listen to people. Whenever you raise an idea, he will definitely accept it. I know this very, very well, guys. This one thing. Second thing, building a website for a university does not mean it is just a normal website. It is something gonna be very big because you're gonna have people looking there. It's gonna display result. It's okay if some part is in WordPress if it is customized properly, but just building a website which is with some of the demo content as you said, which is not okay at all. And lack of hackathon. There's no proper hackathon. Only uh, the most of the things that are done at the University of Cuba, I only see them through Professor Akage page. Even there's no proper official Facebook page of University of Cuba. They should have write University of Cuba officially. You don't even need to write official there. And then you verify this page, make it official. Let us just try to digitalize and try to make things look very, very professional. But I believe this thing can be solved with the coming of this vice chancellor because I believe in him, and I don't know about your opinion on him,
No, yeah, of
but the
course.
guy is
Yeah, he did. Yes, Garang. I've really seen Akej is really a good gentleman. He always try. He's innovative. You know, I always like him indeed. Yeah, because he's one of the person who is also believing to transform South Sudan in education. I know that. I also believe in him seriously. You know, but the biggest problem that I'm seeing is that there is nobody supporting him. Okay, because a kid cannot go to class and tell a student that you need to do this. A kid cannot do all this, and you have deans, so the authority should come down. Authority should be pushed down in order for students also to understand. Because if it come from dean, if it come from head of the department, that thing is going to be serious. And who will initiate the hackathons? Is the administration who was going to initiate the hackathons? Because you administration must also release something, must also make a motivation. Okay, even like 200,000, like 1 million, let me say. All these things are is less money if the administrations do that. Only to say 1 million SSP is here and it's for competitions. Somebody who win, we are going to give it to him. You know, this is how things are done. But there's nobody that is going to initiate the hackathon. Nobody will do that. And you know, the hackathon also should also include the rest of the universities. Okay, like University of Upper Niles, like Rumbek, Barikazals, Dr. Jones. All these universities should come together because we are building the nation. Okay.
there's a group in Juba called like the Sinas Hub. I believe these people are really doing well just because they lack fun, and if they got fun, I believe they can do something far better for everyone in South Sudan. This is number one. If you have to look at the institution in South Sudan, guys, University of Juba is far better. If I talk of University of Barakazal, if you just walk into the campus, it is even demoralizing just being in that environment. It does not motivate at all. I don't know. In some part of the world, it can never be a university. I'm sorry for those who studying at the University of Barakazal, but this university really, really need a lot of work to be done. There's not even proper hall for lectures. There's not even proper hall for lectures. Because see, first of all, uh, last time there was a picture I've seen, it was to do with the University of Juba. It was around 500 people in one class. Yes, I will even ask a question to a professor if you're in such a class, like compared to other classes. So this thing really need a lot of work. But for University of Juba, they're doing quite well compared to other universities. the last time I've seen the University of Papua Nile, it was in the campus was in Munich, I think. The campus was so small. I don't know, maybe because they are operating out of Juba, but I don't know about the other campus in Malakal. But when they come to the University of Barakazal, trust me, this university lack even equipment, and like we're just forcing it to be a university. But it is not even that harder. If we can make a good budget and we fund it, we can be able to make it run properly. And and another thing is like you talk about like computer science University of Juba. Uh, People teach some of the medical subject like chemistry, and this one in the first year. Secondly, it there was a time I was told like the university stay for around 8 months. There's no even class, so you can't even forget this thing. This is what to do with IT. If you stay for a long time, you don't practice it, you definitely forget the knowledge, and you need to learn it back again. But there are people, trust me, I call there are people who really love technology in South Sudan, and they are really waiting to have that chance. But just there are a lot of things that is pushing them down. There's no proper internet. And if you have to pay to make internet work, like right now, last time you told me you're only working with MBs of 2 MB per second, which means if you need to download something of 1 gigabyte, it's gonna take you 2 hours. And where is that patient even to wait? And someone can download 100 gigabyte in 1 hour. What are you talking about? So this is a problem in selling. That's why we're supporting. We have to build a very big center. We put computers there. Somebody told me that STEM Power South Sudan did something like that in University of Juba custom campus. Like there's a center built for IT with computers inside. I don't know if it is functional or not, but we really need to see people talk about it. Like digital literacy have to be there, because when something is ignored, and I need this initiative to start from the government itself. This afternoon, I was on the government website of the Ministry of ICT and Postal Service, and they have priorities there. They have priorities on their website, of which they even talk about data protections, of which nobody talked about it yet. And I posted on my Facebook page to remind the minister himself, like, okay, we have seen this as a priority. We trust this ministry, and I hope they will start implementing one by one. It's better we have a clear path and we need to go about something. Like if you couldn't complete it, but we have a long time, even uh, we have a long time, like there's nothing properly being done. The last time I'm only seeing NCA was sending papers to telecommunication companies to increase the tariff. It was the time of Napoleon. Even if I was appreciating him some days back, people attacked me that I'm moving the minister out of the position. That I did not thought of it this way, but people attacked me that way. But I apologize for it last time. I said I did not look of it, but because appreciating somebody, they seem like I'm positioning somebody to replace someone. But this is not how I look at it. I apologize to them. I said this is not my intention, but I
Okay.
just want to appreciate one person that. And I posted that one because of Adobe himself. He was at the last tech meetup at the Sinas app, and I really like leaders who interact with the young programmers. They really understand better, and when you understand young people, you will definitely succeed.
Yeah, brother Garang, this is really true indeed. Yeah, of course. We have a lot of people indeed. We have those students. We have also those who really need to learn. Those who really need to know technology. We have those people. But sometimes you may not know where to start, and you may not know also how to do it. These are the thing that you need to know. And in technology, sometime when you know something, when you know the basics of something, so the rest of the thing ahead, you will be the one to configure them out because you have the decisions, you have your own thinking. So you
That's
need
very
to be
true.
smart so that you go forward. This is the first thing that we also need to know. But there is one thing that is really taking people back. Last week we talked about the students who don't know even how to install Windows. Okay, we have those students. We have a students also who don't even know how to write one line of code. Okay, so they don't know. They don't know. Somebody doesn't know data type. Somebody that doesn't know also the functions. Somebody doesn't know even a lot of things, classes and so. Yani, you can see these students are there, and sometimes it's not a problem of the students. Okay, sometimes it's a problem of the instructors, those who might be teaching. In technology, when you meet with somebody who is always confining himself, that they don't want to share something with others, sometimes you may not learn. We have jealousy, and a lot of things are there. Some lecturers might also behave like that. They don't want to share what they know also with the people that they are teaching. Some people will
So,
also
call,
just
let
start.
me say,
Some some people will just start. Some people will just start with what they know. For example, I can attest to you that the knowledge that I get, me as a call, and I have to say that it is only my mind that make it. Okay? But there was nobody that has shown me exactly this is like this is like this. I'm really better annoyed because of that. And I know there are some of the students are now in that situations. They are now stressed because they don't know where to start. They don't even know where to stop. Okay? And this is a big problem, and we need also to see it. Yeah. I think I can give you this chance, Garang. Yeah, welcome.
see, like you mentioned, like somebody studying computer science, you cannot install Windows operating system. This one itself just tell a lot of things. And secondly, there's no way you will be studying computer science and you don't even know the data type, like the basic data type, integer, which is numbers and floating and characters, and depending on the programming language, especially if you're doing with other things like Python, you don't even need to learn those things. These are very, very basic things, and it just take like 1 week, depending on the programming language you do. But learning them, I'm also putting a blame on other students because the same thing you mentioned in college here, I have been given a lot of subjects, and there are subjects that I literally don't like at all that are very stressing. Like one of them was theory of computation, where you need to deal with those automatic machine like deterministic finite machines and other things. I really hate this subject. Although I was doing it, I just do it just to pass. Like it wasn't my favorite at all. Like they give us a lot of subject, and everything I learn here today, 95% of it come from my own effort. I just go on Google. The only thing I can say the university put effort in it is that whenever you have an idea, they will definitely stand by your side. They will give you a fund to bring your idea to life, and they even support startup initiatives. Like if you have a startup initiative as a student, they will fund you, they will support you, and they will give you a lot of things like semester exchange program if you want to go to another country to study. Like if you need Microsoft vouchers, they give you a lot of things. Like they make sure that you have every single thing they give you. Even there was a time they gave us LinkedIn Premium for 1 year. So these are the thing university does, but the effort have to come from the person, because if you put no effort, definitely you're not gonna learn. Even if you go to Harvard, you will not learn anything at all. So this is depend on the student. Everybody knows what they want,
Yes.
and I really hide people to utilize the online service. Like I myself, call when I dive into cybersecurity, I never learned cybersecurity from school. All of these things I learned it online until I have my certification from Google through Coursera and from Jet Security. And a very long time, and I practice every day. I suffer a lot to learn to have the knowledge I have in the field of cybersecurity. And if you compare my knowledge in cybersecurity compared to where I can say I am more successful in hacking, ethical hacking. Let me say, like targeting website, driving useful information, and even launching advanced social engineering by trying to trick somebody. Like I know you better recall, I can have a high chances of hacking you if I wanted to do that. Even that's why, like whenever we speak on social media here, we're trying to put some of the most important thing online. Like when we complain, for example, that most of websites are made in WordPress, there's a problem there. We just don't complain for no reasons, because when you build a website, okay, and you did not even implement a proper security measure, a person who is more experienced can literally know it, because we have no permission to penetrate those websites. So these are the thing you can make it in form of hackathon. Let me say, you maybe give your website. For example, if you have a website that called for your own institution, you can say, okay, Perino, you try to hack my website. And trust me, I'll try every possible method. Sometimes if you did not train your people properly, it is a problem. Uh, Let me say, like in your organization, you build a very good system and you protected it very well, and you fail to train other people. Because one of the biggest vulnerability that we first look at it, we need to find a way into your company. And If you have a website, you have a domain name, for example, like agyourcompanyname.com, and you fail to implement the DMARC record, like the email authentication process, I can be able to spoof your email and I can target you. Like I can send an email from your own email, like a call to your employee. And if they see this email come from a boss, and we can maybe embed our backdoors into that PDF of your document, and we say they can literally open it. And when I hack them, I can easily make it into your company. So these are the things that we need to talk about. We need to educate them how hacking works. Some people just think you need to uh, put a bunch of key strikes. So we have a lot of issues, and many people can really fall for hacking if there's such cyber operation against the country. That's why we need always to make sure we put information there. And the saddest thing that I hate myself, people hardly show interest in this thing. We try a lot to educate people. We make a forum so that we come and communicate. We teach ourselves, and we even make voluntarily just help our people internet. Only you right now, I see a call. You're playing a very big role in when it comes to technology and other few people. But the rest, they don't
Thank you.
literally care. They don't even know how safe they are on the internet. And you cannot having a strong password and two-factor authentication enabled does not mean that you're very secure. There's a loophole, and sometimes if they doubt it, let them try penetration testers and see how where it will end. So these are the thing. Even there was something I talked about it last time. I think somebody will just go to Department of Nationality and Passport, and they will just take their passport picture and they post it on the internet. Or if they found a nationality down, they just take a full picture of it and they post it on the internet. They don't know that they're even putting the person to the risks if threat actors get that information. Let me say your nationality, like like somebody get your nationality down, okay? Like you are called, and they will just take it and post it online that I found this nationality down, and if you know the owner, let him come. It seems like you're helping the person. But if I grab that passport or that nationality photo, I can have it with me here, and I will go to do money laundering. Like I'll try to open a bank account in your name. Like I'll put your name, I'll call there, I'll put your picture. If they ask me for a proof, I'll take that passport of yours or nationality and I send it to them as a proof because it is your nationality and something is real. They will open for me a bank in your name, and I'll do money laundering in your name using that account. I'll use it for committing crime and all of this thing. And later on, if something happened, they will just use your name as the person as, or they'll just file the case in your name, and you'll be the person they will be looking for. Instead, now you become a victim of something you don't even know. And people need to understand the risks, such risks. That's why we speak every day on the internet here, and we try to convey a message. We make sure that one day you make one video, and this video have to give information to somebody. If three people learn from you in a day, it is something bigger.
Yeah, indeed, indeed, brother Garang, Parino. Thank you so much. Of course, yes. You have really elaborated more thing, and this is incredible. And one of the thing is this issue of the passport, this issue of national ID, and so because yeah, there was even one example. Then somebody used to scam people using national ID. You know, this person, he used to take national ID. I mean, like you, Parino, he will take your ID, and then after that he go to a certain shop. Let me say, uh, in a place where there are tents for the occasions and the chairs and so. Okay, he used to go there and take the tents, also the chairs, and he also take the tables. Okay, and then he pays some money, and then he give the ID to the owner of the properties. And then he used to go away with all this. Okay, it was almost the whole Juba. Okay, then he used to go with the properties, and after a while, he used to when he's paying a lot of days without coming, then somebody will panic. The owner of the properties will panic and say, "Where are these things? And where is the guy? The guy is not coming back." And then he used to check the ID card, and then he found the name of the persons, even all the details. Okay, he began to search for the persons. Okay, then he found the persons, the owner of the ID. He found that persons, and then the person told him, "I lost my ID. I lost it since. I'm even looking for it." You know, but the law did not even they did not even give that person a right. This person was told,
You'll
in order
never
to
have that
pay,
right.
Okay, yes, he was told to pay whatever that person has lost, and this is really illegal because the ID is yours and all the information that you have are all yours. Of course, yes, we don't need even to tell people that don't post IDs on social media and so. Some of the people they know, but some of the people they just do it, and I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why are they still doing that thing because it is even out of the point when you share it. So this is a big problem. Now, Brother Garang, let us go back to digitalizations of South Sudan. You know, our country is not looking for peace, and we used to talk about that because technology cannot even prosper when there is no peace. There must be peace, and then technology will also prosper because as a programmer also you cannot stay in a place where there is noise, in a place where there is insecurity. Sometimes there's nothing that you will not even think what you think is only a violence. Okay, all these things they also have impact in us as modern programmers and those who are coming up. Sometimes we have that trauma of war. Sometimes we may say war will happen today, tomorrow, and the moment you are thinking all this, then you will begin to forget all this thing. Okay, even the plan that you put forwards, you forget about it. Now, why does South Sudan need digitalization now and not later, Brother Garang? If I may ask you this question, why South Sudan need this digitalization right now, but not later?
See, I call when we say later, which means we are waiting for some years to come. And trust me, if we start using the term later, we're just gonna wait forever. Like it's not gonna be there. Since we have an institution that is tasked with digitalizing the country, we definitely have to go for it right now. And 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 also when we talk about digitalization of South Sudan, there are a lot of things that we need to target in general. Like we have so many South Sudanese who are coming up right now to like they don't even properly understand what they are doing on the internet. There's a huge audience and the huge and so many users online that are misusing even the internet, although it contributes to digitalization of South Sudan. So we need to use this knowledge properly. The first step, as I've said earlier, it also comes from the people like we, the programmers ourselves. And as I've spoken earlier, uh, just lack of infrastructure that is also leading us down, and there's no proper internet. I don't know where do you get your internet from. Maybe it can be Starlink, but so many people they hardly come online. And also, we need to learn from other countries. We sometimes may think that we are a very young country, and there's nothing we can do. But trust me, we also have people who studied properly, who are in other countries, and they can come back if they see there's an effort. So what I want to encourage is if we start now, it will really work on our side in the near future because we cannot start today and succeed today. It's a process, and over time, we'll begin to build the system step by step. Like right now, the process already started, let me say, by most institutions putting their website online. And let me say, next time when you need to apply, when people need to apply for a job, there's no need for somebody to go to the institution. They can just apply online from the website itself. And this is also a part of digitalizing the country. Instead of manually uh, a manual application, we can put it online and people can apply online and it can save time. It's not very hard to do, and we don't even need to wait along. Like it's not something that bigger. Just if we really focus on it and we really want it to happen, we can just go for that. And this is what we are advocating for. So when we put a topic that digitalizing South Sudan, people should not take it that it's something very big, and it's just this small step. If we keep on doing it together and over time, in 5 years, you're gonna see we've really did something bigger. That's why we start talking about it very today. What we can be able to do today, we can go ahead with it. About if I can point something here, like right now, you can see here we have something here like Google Pay. And if you want to send money like to my account, you can just easily scan this one here and the money can come to me within a short time. And I can also be able to pay for online services. And this is some of the things that I pointed out last time. Say this is one. Secondly, why I say we have to go for digitalization of South Sudan today, not in the future, because there's no way we're going to get monetizations if we don't start using digital properly. Because monetization, they also look at other factors such as advertisers. We need to have so many advertisers in the country now. One of the mistake I see, like if I want to advertise something today, although I don't want to destroy anybody business, somebody will just go and look for a page who has huge audience and pay their money, so that if they post it on their page, a lot of people can see. They forget that there's another way. If they do it from your account, even if you have 10 followers, anybody in South Sudan can still see the same post. See, these are the things that people don't know. And I'm not trying to destroy another person market of eating, but if today I want to make a post that anyone in South Sudan should see, I can do it, even if my followers is just 100. And you can definitely even get it tomorrow. Call, you will see on the top of post it's written that is sponsored. I don't know if you get a post written something is, well, I'm only left with 3 minutes or
Yeah,
two
yeah,
minutes
okay,
only because I'm also having something else to do in just 2 minutes. But I'm
okay.
pointing that we need to go for digitalization of South Sudan. Like if we have advertisers today in the country, good advertisers, in the future it's gonna work on our favor because this record will keep on increasing and they will see there's a huge internet activity within the country and people are doing the right thing. Then only monetization work from there properly. So everything we do today will somehow help us in the future. Because of the last time, I'll let you speak now.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Garang. We just give this time only 51 minutes. I think this is the time that we have spent. And we agree only within 30 minutes, then we will just stop. But I think, thank you guys, thank you. Sorry, there was interruptions in the connection. I think we have now uh, reestablished the connection. Thank you guys. To our viewers, thank you guys for always supporting a call podcast. And I think every guest that I used to bring, we used to discuss some of the issues that we are facing in South Sudan, and we have seen our country is really have a lot of things to do. And you can see that digitalization is one of the important aspect that we need to take into consideration. Without digitalization of South Sudan, I think South Sudan will not prosper, and there will be no development. We have a lot of questions under digitalizations. South Sudan will not move forward if we don't consider digitalizations. You know, continuing writing those traditionals, writing and doing other things just on the paper. Sometimes these things are not good enough because we need something digital, something that time considered. Sometimes if you want to search for something, then it will be timely view for you so that you see what you want. And maybe you cannot spend like 2 hours searching for something. And we have a lot of example under this, under traditional recordings. So in traditional recording, sometimes we might be putting things on, let's say, in a cupboard, and then when somebody is coming back to follow up for the document, sometimes you just go and search for that document. Okay, and for you to spend a lot of time searching for the document that you are looking for, and sometimes it will take a lot of time from you, and that's why it is really necessary for you to do some of the thing that you need to do, and that is digitalization. And when you digitalize all your records, I think you will just come in and then you search based on the ID and the names, and then everything will be viewed for you, and you will see whatever that you want. That's why most of us are encouraging the digitalization of South Sudan's. Also, for those who are also in traffic police should also adapt that. Okay, adapting that is also very nice because you don't need person to receive the money just to take the money and put them in the pocket. Sometimes it doesn't look good because when somebody put the money in the pocket, so you may not know whether they will take it ahead to the finance, or they will do what. You may not know that. But if there is a direct account that people who commit penalties should just send the money direct to the account, that thing it would have been good enough. And this thing is the issue here in South Sudan. Let's say in traffic police, we can see all these malpractice and corruptions happening. And these corruptions happen is because there is no digitalization, because you just receive the money, you put it in a pocket or you put it in a bag, and then you carry that money and maybe you are making receipt. If you are making receipt, so it means receipt is 100%. It used to be poached because we just you just have this stamp. Maybe I will just produce another receipts and a lot of things I will do them, and I will be taking that money and I will produce another receipt. If somebody produce receipt and he has taken the money of the previous receipt, it means the previous receipt is not finished, because when you ask them where is the previous receipt, they will show you the current receipt. So which means there is a playing around here to those who are dealing with receipts and run and that traditional writing. And a lot of things we need to do them in South Sudan so that South Sudan must prosper. And one thing is the digitalization of South Sudan. It must digitalize and everything should be put in digital. Everything should be in database. When somebody come and come searching for something, then they will just get it. Like if there is a government institution, then they must have a website, which is an easy access for the website, which is an easy access also for institution. A lot of information should be got from the website. If somebody need to contact the relevant authority, then they will just find the number and then they call the number and they will be direct to the place. These are the best thing that we use electronic emails and also and those electronic pages such as website. These are some of the reason that we use them, and most of the countries are using those things, and that is not bad. I can see even in 10 administrative areas, I mean in 3 administrative areas, and these 10 states, you cannot find a state having a website. There are no more states that have website. You can see one, two, three. These are the thing. These are the states or administrative areas that have website, and all this they are in darkness. Do you see the difference? This is the big difference, and we need to work on it. We need to work on this digitalization of South Sudan. And it will start from us. It will not start from anywhere else. Start from you, start from me, start from the leaders who are also leading the institutions. Then they should also think about that. If they think about that, I think we will also develop South Sudan through digital. And if we develop South Sudan through digital, then everything will be in place. But if we want to develop South Sudan without digitalization, I think developments will not reach us, because digitalization is a part of the development. And if we are digitalized, I think South Sudan is going to develop. And one thing that we discussed earlier with my guest is because this thing is insecurity, because we have a lot of insecurity in South Sudan, and this too much insecurity sometimes will not allow development to move forward. Because if development always need free minds, it need you to think, it need you to do anything that you want. But at the same time, if all these are not there, then you will not be programmer and you will not do anything. These are the things that we have been discussing, I and my guest, Parino Garang. And also we talk about empowering a student to excel in whatever that they want. We might be having a students that are really qualified and they want to test their ability in technology. And if they want to test their ability in technology, what they want to do first is they want to know whether they know it or they don't know it. And what should be done is that they should be given something so that they try. You know, we have these universities in South Sudan, they have to work for themselves. Then if they need systems, they will be viewed by the students, because it's students who are in fourth year or third year, and so these students, they are also well informed of technology. So we mean we should empower them. If you want to give them something, you give. And we should also encourage hackathon, where we release some money, we propose some money, that this money will be used for hackathon. You know, this one also will encourage more students to proceed with their studies, and they will also proceed to develop a lot of things that they want. And this is how education is, because education always doesn't move forward if we don't work for it. We will not have quality educations if we don't support our own products. We have to support our own products. This is how quality education will come in South Sudan. Quality education will not come in South Sudan if we don't prioritize our own products. Our own products begin from our students. Our own products begin from our professors, from our teachers, from our lecturers, and whoever is in, yeah, educational institutions. This is how we can promote quality educations, because quality educations always brings literacy, and quality education always make the nation to be a great nations, and the developments always come when there is quality education. So all these things we have been discussing them, I and my guest Farino Garang, and you have heard a lot of things that we have been discussing about. So please, I want to say today, if you have anything that you want to ask in regard to a call podcast, please you can just text me on 0924444 time 927. This is my number. You can just text me there and then I'll just answer. Or the best way is for you to inbox me in my Facebook account, whether in a call podcast or in a call me Unathian. This is where I always available. If you text me on that, I'll just reply automatically. If you want us to have a discussions, you also text me, and then we arrange the time and then we discuss. This podcast is a platform for all youth of South Sudan. Whatever thing that you want to discuss and it will support the society, please, you need to come here in a call podcast, and then we will make it that it is equal, because we are the voice of innovation. Thank you guys, and we shall meet next time from today. Bye bye.